I don't know, guys. Sometimes you just feel so old, I guess. Uh, Today I checked my phone before I went out of bed, and I saw this update from the guys in England, the Extinction Rebellion, and they had hung a banner with a four-word slogan from a bridge in London. And I was like, so even even though the message on the banner was kind of, dire, or call it correct or whatever you want, but it wasn't the banner itself or the message that made me launch into a pretty sad, pretty heavy day to get through. Actually, it was the very fact that that Extinction Rebellion, after everything they've been drumming up for and everything they've been telling people or giving people some kind of hope about what they were gonna do, and what they end up doing is like spray painting a couple of windows and hanging a stupid banner from a bridge. I mean, come on. So it launches into what I talked about last week with good hope versus false hope, and the jury is still out for Extinction Rebellion, but it weighs heavily in the direction of false hope, I guess. And in my native tongue, Norwegian, we have a word for this. This translates to hope broken, to be hope broken. And that's sort of the state you will constantly be in if you jump onto these many different false hopes that they throw at you, society or the elite or media or whatever. So if you believe in any of the false hopes, like that this Extinction Rebellion is going to change anything, anything significant, even in London or Bristol or England, that they are the saviors of the planet. I mean, man, you are opening up a world of hurt. Because it's because the hope is already false. You can never be satisfied by the results, because what you believe in is what you get, or whatever. So what's the problem with this Extinction Rebellion? Well, it's basically that they apply the softest tools in the box. They apply civil disobedience, which is okay if you want to, close a road for traffic to protect the kids living in that road, or something minor like that. It's okay for let's say just ordinary political struggles, like we want the right to marry men even though we are men ourselves, or whatever. Social struggles that you want to shine a light on, things that are much easier to achieve than saving a fucking planet. So they are basically playing with open cards. You know, everything Extinction Rebellion does is like transparent and in the open, and no secrets, very few secrets, and everybody is showing their face and taking their sentences, and yeah, basically playing fair by the media and the politicians and the police, and basically they are they are sitting there with their hat in their hand and asking the power elites to please stop fracking, please stop exploring for fossil fuels, please stop destroying the planet, because we would really like you to stop doing it, okay? And the other side here, I'm pretty sure they're just laughing at these naive hippie eco activist types, you know, because they will go to jail, they will get fines, and everybody will forget about them before Christmas, more or less. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just that I've been sort of waiting for, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 decades for any movement to do anything to challenge the status quo about the climate and the environment, and there's been nothing. I mean, at least since the mid-90s, there's been less and less, and almost nothing. Nothing that was big enough or ambitious enough or radical enough or direct action enough. So when this British initiative comes up, it's like, yeah, I never really believed in it, but you know, tiny part of me still maybe did, and so it's really disappointing to see them, you know, spray paint the window of one of the ministries in London and then hang their stupid banner about climate change from a bridge. And it's like, what do you guys really think that is going to accomplish? Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to give them a couple more weeks and see if anything comes out of it, but I really doubt this is anything other than a tiny little ripple on the ocean of the climate catastrophe. So, something I forgot to mention, or mention enough last week, was the part of the good hope for beyond civilization, for after civilization, when it collapses, that of course the rest of the living planet will have some kind of chance to recover or grow back or recolonize the urban areas or the dead zones that humans have caused, and so a large part of the good hope resides with simply giving the entire planet back to all the other species, plants and animals and fish and moss and viruses and fungi and whatever. So it's an abrupt end to human civilization, but with, of course, some brave humans making it to the other side, but in a much smaller quantity and with much lower danger to the rest of the planet from those neo-uncivilized hunter-gatherers or whatever we are going to be. So a new chance for the planet to grow back, basically. However hard that will be, but you know, it's a multitude of species, and some species that are living in warm areas now may maybe be able to colonize higher altitudes or areas closer to the poles. So I think there is a certain amount of fair hope in that. Okay, next slide here. So a week or two ago, we went down below 14.2 thousand cubic kilometers for the 5-year average of Arctic sea ice volume, and so this is now the lowest that the 5-year average has ever been, and I've graphed the entire 5-year average back to the 1980s, and you see the sort of the milestones when we went below 23,000 in 92, 22,000 in 96, 21,000 in 99, and 20,000, the big milestone in 2003, 19,000 in 2006, 18 in 2007, 17 in 2009, and 16,000 in 2010, and then 15,000 in 2012. So it's been a long, more or less flat ride since 2012, and we're now at 14.2 thousand in November, and this plot is part of my Good Hope model for projecting the first 6 months of continuous ice-free conditions in the Arctic Ocean. And for this 5-year chart, I calculate the difference between the last 5-year average and the 5-year average just before that. And if you draw a straight line between those two 5-year averages, you come down to a half-year ice-free in like 2178 or something. So in well, about 150 years. So that's the 5-year average because of that particular graph going like this. So it's very, very flat. So it takes 150 years before this straight line between those 2 points goes to ice-free. And it has to be said that the 2178 for the 5-year average is the, let's say, the slowest or most conservative estimate you get from any of the 1-year to 10-year averages. So we shouldn't really relax just because this gives us a lot of time, because the other ones are giving much earlier estimates. And in the last slide, I will show you the top 5 early collapses from some of those other 1 to 10-year averages. So this is like everything from 2035 and down to 2024 for the 2-year average, and this is I would say more realistic estimates than the 5-year and the 2178. So we will have more graph analysis for the other long-term averages when they pass a new milestone, and that will be hopefully more interesting than the 5-year and 2178 date. Okay, this has been Talking South for November 14th, and it's episode 7, I think. See you all next week. Bye.